Hello, my dear students. I am Dimple Tyagi with you again. Today I will explain you poem 4 of English Reader. The name of the poem is Across the Border. It is written by Sophie Javed. She was an American poet and translator. She was also a college professor. She wrote a number of poems centered around women. Her travel to England and Italy shaped her poetry too. In this poem, the poet used his power of imagination and create an imaginary land. Two worlds, real world and imaginary world, are existed there and both are separated to the border. Here the poet uses her imagination to create an imaginary land. Before starting the explanation of the poem, let's take a look to the word meaning. Our first word is save. Save means accept. Here the meaning of save is accept. Swift is our second word and the meaning of swift is moving quickly. The third word is stalked. Here the meaning of stalked followed without being seen. The fourth word is roving. Here the meaning of roving, traveling around from place to place. And our last word is startled. Startled means frightened or surprised someone. Now let's start with the first stanza. Here all the trees bear golden flower and all the birds are white. Where fairies folk in dancing hours burn stars for candlelight. In this stanza, the poet describes an imaginary land where all the trees having golden flowers and there are all the birds are of white color. Here the use of the color yellow and white is highly symbolic. It is symbolic of the land of purity and cleanliness. It is an amazing land. So, in this wonderful imaginary land, the fairies come and dance in the amazing light of stars. Now, look at second stanza, where every wind and leaf can talk, but no man understand, save one whose child feet chanced to walk green path of fairyland. Here the meaning of save is accept. In this stanza the poet tells us about the communication system in this new world. He says that here the wind and leaves can talk, but no one is able to understand this strange communication. However, there is an exception of a child who comes in this land by chance to green path of fairy land. Let's come to the next stanza. I followed two swift silver wings. I stalked a roving song. I startled shining silent things. I wandered all day long. In these lines, the speaker is the child. She roams around all day long this magical land, following birds and butterflies, and also songs floating in the breeze. She also startled to silent things and shiny things. Now come to the last stanza. But when it seemed the shadowy hours whispered of soft foot night, I crept home to sweet common flower, brown birds and candlelight. Here in these lines the speaker is the child and she tells us that when she realized that it is going to be dark and it is the time to go back to home because of the night. She is returning back home after his visit in the fairyland. She finds the sweet smelling flower, candlelight, and brown birds at home, rather the mundane and common. The two worlds are quite different from each other. The real world and the imaginary.